If you are over the age of 35, 40, 50, even 60, you need to start a YouTube channel. There is an endless audience out there wanting people that are older to create videos that they can watch from people that look like them that they can relate to. I'm almost 40 and YouTube is my full-time living. I've been doing this full-time for 3 years now. I have a family and it supports us fully financially, and it's led to so many different things in my life that have just blown me away. And I recently helped my father-in-law start a channel. He is 65 and just retired after working 40 years at the same company. He didn't know what was next in his life, and retiring and leaving that full-time schedule kind of left him a little bit adrift, but he had so much to share and to give, so we decided to try out a YouTube channel. It's something I knew very well, and he has so much knowledge to share, so we started a little YouTube channel for him, and it has already paid so many dividends, and he's only just gotten started. That channel hasn't really made much money. It doesn't have 1,000 subscribers, but it's already starting to change his life. There is a huge opportunity right now on YouTube for older creators. You might have as an objection to getting started on YouTube, but the reasons why I think those objections should not be in your mind and you should get started today. One of the first things that you need to know is that it has never been easier to get started on YouTube. You do not need fancy equipment. You do not need the ability to edit. You can get started today with your phone. Most people have a smartphone, either an iPhone or something similar, and the cameras in these phones are amazing. You can record videos, you can upload these to YouTube, and the quality is going to be just as good as some of the things you see on YouTube from regular real cameras like this one that I'm filming on now. I've used an iPhone, and my father-in-law's channel is 100% filmed on an iPhone, and it's easy for him. There isn't the need for fancy equipment. You also don't really need a bunch of lighting. You might have a ring light or one light or no lights, just using natural light, and that works just as well. The best thing about these days on YouTube is that people are craving authenticity and they aren't really wanting the flashy edits. I do have some edits in my videos and I have an editor that I work with, but that's not even necessary. I could just sit here and talk to my camera and it works. A lot of the older creators that I personally watch and I have found in the research for my father-in-law's channel are just uploading videos that have zero editing, just them talking to the camera with no fixing mistakes, no flashy B-roll or anything like that. And those videos are getting a lot of views, a lot of attention, and they really do work. You don't actually need fancy equipment or editing skills to get started on YouTube anymore. One of the huge advantages of being older and getting started on YouTube is being an expert in your field or an expert in something that you've done for years and years and years. But even this is not necessary. Even if you're older and you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you're not an expert, you never really developed specific skills in life, but you have a wealth of knowledge just living, or you want to try something new. This all works on YouTube. Pretty much everything works on YouTube. You do not have to be an expert to share what you know or to share your journey. Sharing the journey from point A to point B is so popular on YouTube, and people love to follow along with a journey as people grow and develop and learn what they can over time. This is one of the best ways to get started on YouTube. So if there is something out there that you've been wanting to do, you've been wanting to try, put it all on YouTube. Put your starting point, put your journey on there, share what you're learning, share what you're doing, share your mistakes. And this works really, really well on YouTube these days. So I highly recommend, even if you're not an expert, to put yourself out there and to share what you're learning and doing as time progresses, because this is just as effective on YouTube as being the expert. You can show up as yourself, whether you know everything about a subject or you don't. Both work, and this isn't something that you should let stop you from getting started. Now let's talk about one of the most common things that stop people from getting started on YouTube, especially for older creators, and that is self-doubt about how they look, how they present, how they sound. And this is something that can stop people for years on getting started. They sound too country, or they talk too fast, or they don't want to put on makeup to show up on YouTube. This is something that stops a lot of people, and they never get started because they never get over it. But I am here to encourage you that you should show up whether you feel comfortable on camera or not. Don't think about it as talking to thousands of people. I don't. I think about it as talking to one person. This camera is one person. It's you. Because generally people are watching videos one person at a time. Maybe there's 2 or 3 in a room, but generally people are watching one-on-one. They aren't watching in a big audience of 1,000. Even when you get 1,000 views, that's one person watching you one-on-one 1,000 times. It's not a huge group, so that helps me because in person, I would never present to 1,000 people. I would not be able to present to 100 people. I have a huge fear of public speaking. But videos with 1 million views on my channel are amazing and don't scare me because I know that it's really just a conversation one-on-one with whoever watched that video at the time. And then 1 million people did it. That's great because I'm having that one-on-one relationship 1 million times, but it's very different. When you get started, you probably will hate listening to how you sound. That's really common, and I still deal with that as well. You will potentially not want to see how you look on camera if you're editing your videos, but this is something that does go away over time, and I highly encourage you to get started even if you feel unready, even if you feel like the imposter syndrome sneaking in, that you can't present, that you can't talk to the camera, that you aren't going to look right or sound right or any of that, because getting started, you might not. Honestly, those first 100 videos will probably be bad. They're mostly bad for everybody. After a year, when you look back at your first video that you ever made for YouTube, you might cringe a little bit because it's not going to be as good as once you've done this 100 times. It's not going to be the same quality, and you're going to look back and think, wow, I was pretty bad, but now I'm so much better. Over time, those repetitions of making videos over and over and over again make you so much better, and it's a natural progression that almost every content creator goes through. So you just have to start before you feel ready, before you feel perfect, because that perfection is never going to come. You just have to start where you are and deal with the fact that your brain isn't going to necessarily love how you look or sound on camera. And then over time, as you get better at these skills, as you get better at making videos, you will feel more confident. So why should you create a video if there's all these things that would stop you? And so many people never get started. The first one is money. Honestly, if you're a senior, if you are older, if you are in your later career, you might need more money. Retiring is expensive. Life is expensive. Paying this mortgage is expensive. YouTube is an amazing way to create extra income online. It's one of the best paying programs where you don't have to do a lot of extra work. You don't have to bring in customers. YouTube brings those people to you. They pay you for the views on your videos. And there are so many different ways to monetize beyond just ads. You can have brand deals. You can sell products. You can do coaching in a field that you know very well. There are so many different ways to monetize that you could be earning thousands of dollars per month on YouTube very quickly. You may never get rich. I promise. It's really hard to be YouTube rich, and that doesn't happen for everyone. But earning a few $100s or a few $1,000s per month is very achievable. And a lot of people are changing their lives by adding that level of income stream to their monthly budget just by putting out some YouTube videos every single month. The great thing about YouTube is that there is an unlimited earning potential there. You can earn more money by creating more videos, by having some of your videos go viral. There are so many ways to earn more money by doing this, and you have the freedom to put in as much effort as you want and reap those rewards. It's definitely something that is highly attractive if you are older and you are wanting to have a little bit more money so that you can live a more wonderful life than what you currently have. Or if you are struggling with money, this is a great option. I have personally seen a lot of people go from being completely broke to living a very comfortable life because of YouTube, because they got started on YouTube. And you have that ability to do that as well. That is out there for you. There is no one stopping you from getting the money that YouTube can provide, that it has provided for my family for multiple years now, that is providing for these other people out there. They are taking advantage of that, and you can too. There is nothing stopping you from getting that yourself. I hope you hear that and decide to get started, because it does take a while to get the monetization on YouTube, but once you're there, there is no limit to what you can do. Another reason why I think it is a great option for anyone that's older to get on YouTube is because it is so flexible. This is the most flexible possible job or income stream, whatever you want to call it, in the world. You can film whenever it makes sense for you. You don't have to film right when it goes up. You don't have to go live. You don't have to do types of content that you don't like. If you don't want to do shorts, you don't have to do shorts. If you don't want to do long videos, you don't have to do long videos. There is so much flexibility in the type of content you can create, the times that you can create it, the times that you can put it out there. You have complete control and complete flexibility. This is also great if you are older and you have already retired, because you can just do it when you want. You can go travel for a month or a week or two and then come back and then create videos. You can take time off to visit family and do the things that you need in your life, and YouTube will be there when you come back. It's something that is incredibly flexible. There's no boss to ask for time off. There is no one that you have to check in with. You have complete control. It's there when you want to do it. It's there when you don't want to do it. It is just something that you do on your own schedule, your own time. And that is beautiful, because after years and years and years of having a boss or having a very strict job, especially, you really want that freedom and that flexibility. And that's personally one of the reasons why I am a YouTube content creator, because it's so flexible and I can fit it around my life, especially with my kids, and I can do this when I need to, and then I can go be with my family and do those things and not worry about work at those times. Whereas before, I would be gone from, 8 to 6 and then barely see my family. And now I have the ability to see my family when I want, to spend time, to take off time from YouTube, and I can always come back and make more videos when I am ready. And the final reason why I think you should really get started on YouTube is because it is a platform that can allow you to change people's lives. The fact that you can reach so many people on YouTube and share what you know and share the experiences that you've gathered over your lifetime is amazing. And this is really something that can change people's lives. The first time you have a video where people are thanking you and telling you that you have changed their lives, you will be amazed at how fulfilling that is. Even if you don't earn that much money on a video, the fact that people will comment and say that you've changed their lives or that you've helped them in some way is incredibly important and impactful both to you and to them. YouTube provides the ability to connect the audience of people that could use your message and your video. YouTube does this with magic. It's called the algorithm, and they connect the people that need to hear your message. You probably needed to hear this video. You probably needed to know what I'm saying here and that you need to get started on YouTube. And thankfully, YouTube connected us. And they will do that for you as well with your audience. They will connect you with the people that need your message. And this is so amazing because it allows you to have a huge impact. In your real life, maybe you don't have anyone that even wants to listen to you. They don't give you the respect that you deserve. But on YouTube, you will find the people that will respect you, that will thank you for your message, that will thank you for sharing that knowledge. And that is so inspirational. It is so huge. And it is something that I think people really underestimate about creating on YouTube, and something that once you're doing it, you will love. It is so amazing to have that level of impact on people's lives, and YouTube makes that possible. So that's just some random thoughts on why I think people over a certain age should get started on YouTube. If you're in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, honestly, adults want to watch other adults. Generally, people in their 50s don't want to watch teenagers giving them advice. If you're in your 60s, you're not going to be looking for a early 20 something to share how to do something. You want to see other people like you, and that is a huge advantage because there are not as many older creators on the platform. So if you are willing to overcome the objections of things like self-doubt and imposter syndrome and get started, you have a huge advantage and a wide audience of people that are looking for people like you. They want to watch your videos, and I think you will be so amazed once you get started. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. I will leave some resources down in the description box to help you get started, and I hope that you are able to find the success that you've always dreamed of with YouTube.